Okay, so here a quick look into how these are coming, because these are our lavenders, 720 of them. So they're in 5 times 12, 60 a box. I have 7 boxes to unpack. And I'm going to continue with that now. Isn't that amazing? So what we're doing here, when you look, there's that basin which will be a fountain. One cannot have too many fountains, can one? Yes, one can. Anyway, so I mowed in the back, and for once I actually really got it pretty straight on, that it's the line we need. But right a little bit behind the basin, we are planning on having these 4 parterres, meaning 4 square-ish beds. We need to now stake out. So I know where I need to mow, and we know where we need to put the seeds that we hope will come up. Maybe they will, maybe they won't, but we'll at least try it, right?
Right.
Okay. Arm and father. Okay, so this is now a bit clearer because I don't know if it shows up, me with my coffee. So there are stakes, some are green, some are yellow. They're not staying, it's just to get the wildflower beds together that we want. And we will eventually plant something in the center. We're not quite decided yet what we are doing, but you can see it's mowed really, really low. And our friend Ron told us that. He's a garden designer. He said if you want to plant them, wildflowers, cut it very, very low with a mower. Then you put the seeds out, because then they have contact with the ground. And hopefully we'll have some wildflowers this year. I'm very much looking forward to it, because from the chateau itself, it looks really, really nice. So, on that note, we're going to go back to work. hello from a beautiful Chateau de Colombe here. It's incredibly overwhelming right now because it's so much that needs to be done. And these are incredibly long days. And Ron, our friend Ron, and he's one of our patrons, is coming to actually plant the roses for us, and that is already fantastic. And then, of course, we have the 400 lavenders. So it's going to be a great start. He's here for a week, and let's see how that all turns out. Let's go.
It's a big
What's
surprise.
a Ron surprise?
Something that looks very promising right now.
Oh wow!
So let's see, 8 and 4.
So that's what is called bare root. Is
Yes,
that right?
That's exactly right. And this
Yeah.
is the Clotilde Super, and these are indigo. So that's a Damas perpetual, and this is a polyantha rose. So you get them this way. It's a lot cheaper. They establish better because potted roses, you know, their roots get bound in the pots. But when you get them bare root, they come out of a field this way, they get trimmed up, and then you can just plant them, and their roots will establish a whole lot better than a potted rose will.
Yeah, that's great.
So,
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having the time to do this
Yeah.
because it will look very pretty.
let's see. Oh, they're already sprouting.
They are, and they come from Germany, and they say all these need to be cut one more time.
That's what he did these, but
Okay, so that's Souvenir de la Maison. 8 times, hurrah. That's great. That goes here, that goes there.
And
So
that's
let's see,
where-
what do you have there? Yeah. And it was dark and cold in the room, which is,
even the roots are coming out. I
Well,
don't know
that's
that-
a good sign.
Yes, it's a great sign.
So these are from Germany. These
Oh, wow.
are French. Roses up. So let's see, what baby do you have here? Oh, that's another one. So these are the same
Are they? Okay.
roses. Oops. And then he destroyed it. These are quite remarkable.
Yeah.
The question is, with them already growing, do I need to cut them back?
I don't know that I would. If we can dig, if we're good enough, get a hole dug well enough, I wouldn't
Yeah.
set them back. But
Okay, so clearly we need another.
a couple of buckets. Yeah.
Yes.
So now with Souvenir de la Maison
Yep.
in there, very nice. So what are we doing with these? I
I
suppose.
just leave them in that for now.
Are we? Okay.
Because it's only going to be overnight. So.
Yes. Look, look, look.
Good.
There we go.
So yeah.
So not too high, not too low, of course. This is from the German nursery because we could not get Souvenir de la Maison in France.
Everyone's sold out.
It was sold out. The one that you found had 3 left.
Oh yeah.
So we needed 8. So this comes from Germany, and it was with free shipping.
Yeah.
And a big 10.5 kilo bag of organic rose fertilizer. Plant them rather deep than too high.
Yes.
And then anhäufeln, means you put a little
Mound it.
Yeah.
And then einschlemmen. So schlemmen has multiple meanings in
Yeah.
German. So schlemmen is when you eat a delicious meal. That's in southern Germany would call that schlemmen.
Okay.
But schlemmen is schlamm, means mud. You mud them in.
Oh yeah, where you water the soil as you're putting them in. Okay.
So they want 10 to 15 centimeters of a mound after
Well,
planting, because it will go away.
Yeah. Generally, what they want is a mound in a circle around it so that the water stays in the...
Right, to make a
But
little
they-
dam
look at this.
around
This is, they basically want us to, for the rose, that this is, all of this is in soil for the time being, and then it will eventually, gradually go away.
Well, I've never done it that way, but whatever works, I suppose. I used to, if you had sandy soil, I used to plant mine where I would bury the graft so that they
Yes.
eventually go on to their own roots and lose the rootstock. That way, if something happens at the top, whatever comes out is still the same rose. But that pretty much works only in a light soil, not a heavy one.
So, but this is so funny because, so the roses that we ordered in France, they send you the roses. The Germans send you a whole.
Yes, they feel responsible to tell
I
you.
mean,
Yeah.
it's the correct way to plant it, and this
Yeah.
is all the problems you could have, and what they replace and won't replace. So, I mean, it's
But
it's
you
very
know-
typical German, but I actually do appreciate that too because you have, they have a point.
Right.
So,
Well, we used to, in California, when I had that rose nursery, we would ship roses all over, and they wouldn't read the directions. Some people did stuff like put chemical fertilizer in the hole with the bare roots.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
And
yeah,
of
no,
course,
that
it
burns
burned
them.
them and killed them.
Right.
And then they want their money back, even though we expressly said that you don't do that.
See?
And
you're part German, aren't you?
part experienced.
Okay, that's here. Okay, so shall we start by picking up all the stones that you so lovingly put there?
The rolling
Yeah, the
stones.
larger ones.
Yes, but all the larger
Yeah.
stones are in the bucket.
Right.
So a lot of prep work done, and we've run a couple of days more so to get everything planted. Working also on the back, so we have now a focal point in all the way at the end, there in front of beautiful lilacs, but also a lot of brambles or blackberries. They need to go. So we need to make sure that they stay nice and short because they're just horribly thorny. But it's really nice. Looking out now, we just go see in the distance and we can actually see how far one can walk. And we have planned a couple of paths through the taller grass and the wildflowers so that our guests and us, we can just take a stroll with the dogs and have actually kind of like a destination all the way at the end of the property. It's really lovely. And God, what's next? Yes, planting. And of course, we are also working on the back garden. And upstairs, yes, we are renovating and restoring the big bedroom and the 2 bathrooms. It's some progress, it's great. And we hope that we'll get that mostly done within the next 4 weeks. So no stress. Anyways, have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe and like. Bye.
If you enjoyed this video, please use the like feature to let us know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our Journey to the Chateau YouTube channel if you would like to see more. Once you've subscribed, you can tap the notification bell in order to ring it, which will allow you to receive all notifications from our channel. Thank you.